So in his new book, The Head of the $1.5 Billion Church, the Pope, with 22 Amazon reviews, so things are looking up. He criticized liberty-minded conservatives. Now, let's keep in mind that this Pope has said that Christians should never seek to convert unbelievers and that tax cuts are a sin if the wealthy get them. And he compared Trump's immigration policies to King Herod's massacre of children. So he's no stranger to rhetoric. Yeah, that's what Donald Trump said. Listen. I want you to find every firstborn.
Oh my God. And tax the hell
I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can. Don't tax them. I don't want to tax them. You want to kill them? No. I support the life of the unborn and after they're born. What do you want the census to be? I just want to make sure they're doing okay.
I want to give them more money.
Bring me the Christ. Here are some direct quotes from the Pope, the infallible dumbass in chief. And I want to know, Catholics out there, listen, this is not about, there have been a lot of popes who I've liked.
Right, yeah.
Not this guy. Leave your comment.
A lot
That's
of
the best thing
Catholics
you can do to help the show.
They have a lot
Join
of problems
the conversation.
Here's a quote from the Pope. Some groups protested, refusing to keep their distance, marching against travel restrictions. And he writes this, as if measures that governments must impose for the good of their people constitute some kind of political assault on autonomy or personal freedom. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit.
Answer. That's your argument. Let me make a counter argument. That's what lawyers, I'm a lawyer, call a counter argument. Yes, it is an assault on personal autonomy. And by the way, just saying as though some sort of government regulations for the common good makes it inherently virtuous. Right. Every single government overreach, every single act of tyranny was done for the common good. Yep. From taxation without representation to, let's go right through it, Stalin. Okay, some of the worst atrocities. Here's this is a writing from Stalin. Yeah. Stalin didn't say, here's what we are going to do is we're going to take over farms and then no one will have food so that we have no base for economy. That's not what he planned.
We want them to feel bad.
Yes, and they will look away when we take your women. They always look away. Here's what he said. We did not build this society in order to restrict personal liberty. Oh, well, that's nice.
Oops.
But in order that the human individual may feel really free. It is difficult for me to imagine what personal liberty is enjoyed by an unemployed person who goes about hungry and cannot find employment. Real liberty can exist only where exploitation has been abolished, unless it's coming from the state.
Yeah.
That's true.
Where no one has, where there is no oppression of some by others, unless of course you're talking about 20-something million dead. Where there is no unemployment and poverty that worked like a charm. Where a man is not haunted by the fear of tomorrow being deprived of work, of home, and of bread. Not only were they deprived of work, home, and bread, they couldn't even find the wheat or the yeast to make the bread. You hipsters with your stupid yeast starters. I don't know when that became a trend, but you wouldn't have had that under Stalin. Hey, let's go to Mao. Pope. Mao killed tens of millions of people for the good of the people. There are some, they still basically make pilgrimages when people try and go and visit the Mao land sites. And here's actually an article from The Guardian where it says, shedding tears as he saw Mao's rubbery cadaver up close for the first time. Huang told the newspaper, our generation has a very deep attachment to Mao, who created a harmonious society in which people could trust each other with no tricks at all. That's, by the way, when you have someone saying like, hey, he made such a great society with no tricks now, means there's probably some tricks.
Yeah,
it's probably
don't look here.
The tens of millions of people would like to have a word with you about how great that society was.
How great that leap forward was.
City rabbit, tricks are for Westerners. Here's another Pope claim. This is a quote directly from his book, 22 reviews. You'll never find such people protesting the death of George Floyd. Okay, that's loaded, but let's continue. Or joining a demonstration because there are shanty towns where children lack water education, or because there are whole families who have lost their income. Wait, hold on a second.
What?
The communist Pope is saying that you will not find these people who are anti-lockdown protesting families who've lost their income. That's the whole reason both the World Health Organization and liberty-minded individuals in the United States are protesting lockdowns. Don't take my word for it.
We have over 1,500 Staten Islanders protesting tonight. There's probably 1,000 left, and we are peacefully protesting. No rioting, no looting.
What were they saying? Were they saying kill people?
Yeah. Did you see
Were
that?
they saying get the Uden?
Yeah,
I
no.
think they said something about open up business so they could help people who lost their income.
Well,
You're missing the scary American flags, Stephen. That was really
symbol.
Yeah,
It's a symbol.
and
really scary unless you're a country who is under tyrannical rule and you're the only thing you're hoping for seeing over that hill is the American flag and the sounds of our scary black rifles.
That's true.
Is the assumption here that nobody on the left wants to open businesses? That none of these business owners could be on the left? Many of them are. They live in Los Angeles. It's a very blue place. So there again, the Pope saying that you won't see the same people protesting business closes as you would maybe a George Floyd protest or something.
Right.
Maybe they are.
Yeah.
Like all you have to do is
Maybe you're
produce
a little
one person, and
detached.
then his entire argument falls apart.
Yeah.
Well, I think
exactly.
this is, again, they're tipping their hand. He's like, you
Yeah.
don't see these people because we don't want to open businesses. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem right here is you don't want to open businesses.
Yeah.
Stop it. I must go think of holy things.
And yeah, exactly. The assumption is that business is inherently some kind of negative thing. These are all again Marxist, communist assumptions
Yeah.
that the Pope just gets to get away with.
Here's another one he says in his 22 time reviewed book that restrictions necessary, that these people think restrictions necessary for people's protections amount to an unjust demand of an interfering state. There are politicians who peddle these narratives for their own gain. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
COVID lockdown shut down 15 million small businesses, a record number of small businesses. But the big companies, by the way, who, while we're talking about politicians, $350 million just from Facebook into the election. Whatever happened to Citizens United and getting money out of the election? I don't understand.
Not anymore.
Companies like Alphabet, Amazon, Facebook, they've managed to increase their profits. Billionaires have increased their overall net worth by $500 billion.
Wow.
So when you say that what do these business owners stand to gain on a massive scale other than, again, providing income and food for their families?
Watch Good Morning Mug Club live every Monday through Thursday at 10:15 Eastern.